Do you believe death sends a messenger before it arrives? History is stained with chilling accounts that defy logic. Events that force us to ask, are we masters of our fate, or is there a cold hand guiding us away from the abyss? Today, we step back to 1904. Chicago, a city of soaring marble and deep shadows. This is the haunting of Anna Gray, a woman who didn't know her routine trip was a date with a being that didn't belong to our world. It was a stifling July night. The air was thick, motionless. Anna woke at 2 a.m., desperate for a breeze. But as she opened the window, an unnatural chill, a winter frost in the heart of summer, filled the room. There, perched on her second-story windowsill, sat a man. He wasn't a thief. He sat with a terrifying stillness, dressed in dark, ancient clothes. His skin was deathly pale, but it was his eyes, fixed, unblinking, and predatory, that froze the blood in her veins. She lunged to confront him, but he leaned back and vanished into the void. Anna gasped, looking down at the pavement, expecting a shattered body. Nothing, only the flicking light of a solitary street lamp. Beneath it sat a long, black hearse. The driver slowly turned his head. It was him. The same hollow eyes. He raised a hand, beckoning her to come down with a ghostly smile. Anna slammed the window shut, huddling in the dark until dawn. Morning brought a false sense of security. To escape the dread, Anna went to the bustling Marshall Field's department store. By late afternoon, she stood before the elevators on the 4th floor. A car arrived, packed with shoppers. Anna hesitated. Suddenly, a harsh, rasping voice erupted from the back. "Step in, madam. We are waiting for you." Anna looked up to apologize, and her heart stopped. The operator was the man from the window. He stared into her soul and uttered the words that still echo. "There is room for just one more. Come." Anna screamed, "No," and recoiled. The operator closed the gate with a knowing smirk. Seconds later, a sound like a lightning strike. The cable snapped. The elevator plunged 4 floors into the basement with terrifying velocity. 2 died instantly. Others were scarred for life. When the wreckage was cleared, the operator was gone. Marshall Fields had no record of him. Was he a ghost? A guardian? Or death itself? The next time a gut feeling tells you not to step in, remember Anna Gray. It might be the only thing standing between you and the unthinkable.
Imagine talking to someone you love, hearing their voice clearly, walking with them through the dark, and then suddenly they say 2 words and disappear forever. This is not a legend. This is not a story told for entertainment. This really happened. In 2008, a young man vanished in the middle of the night while still on the phone. This is the story of Brandon Swanson, and the last words no one can explain. It was May 14th, 2008. The roads of rural Minnesota were empty. No streetlights, no noise, just darkness stretching for miles. 19-year-old Brandon Swanson was driving home after a night out. Everything felt normal, until it wasn't. Somewhere along the road, his car veered off course and slipped into a ditch. The engine stopped. Silence took over. Brandon wasn't injured. He reached for his phone and called his parents. His voice was calm. "Hey, I'm okay. The car's stuck. I think I'm near Lind." His parents told him to stay put, but Brandon had another idea. He could see lights in the distance, or at least, he thought he could. "I'll just walk," he said. "I'll meet you there." Into the darkness head 5. He left the car behind. Step by step, he walked into the night. The phone still pressed to his ear. His father stayed on the line, listening, guiding, trying to understand where his son was. Brandon climbed over fences, walked through fields, crossed uneven ground. At times he laughed lightly, at times he sounded confused. Something wasn't right, but nothing felt dangerous. Not yet. Minutes turned into an hour, then more. Brandon kept walking, but he wasn't getting closer. He was getting lost. He believed he was heading toward town, but in reality, he was moving deeper into isolation. Farther from roads, farther from help, farther from safety. Then it happened. In the middle of the conversation, while still speaking to his father, Brandon suddenly stopped. There was a pause, a shift in his voice, and then 2 words. "Oh, shit." No scream, no struggle, just those words and silence. The call didn't end immediately. The line stayed open, but Brandon was gone. His father called his name again and again. Nothing, just empty air on the other side. By morning, a search began. Police, volunteers, tracking dogs. They found his car, exactly where he said it would be. They found footprints leading away into the fields, but then they disappeared. No body, no phone, no trace of Brandon Swanson. Some believe he fell into a river. Others say he slipped into something hidden in the dark. A hole, a well, a place no one could see. But there's a problem. They searched everything and still found nothing. His phone kept ringing for days, as if it was still out there, somewhere, waiting. But no one ever answered. No signal was ever traced again, no final location, no goodbye. To this day, no one knows what happened in that moment, what made him say those words, what he saw in the darkness, or where he went. 1 second, he was there, talking, walking, alive, and the next, he was gone forever. So if you ever find yourself alone in the dark and something doesn't feel right, don't ignore it, because sometimes you don't get a second chance.